These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Militiaman. They've been having problems with the parallel market, but they're actually going to resolve it. Right now, the dollar and dinar are being used in the country. Multi-currency practices aren't supposed to happen. There's legitimate reasons for them to be able to use the dollar. The dinar is the currency of choice from the central bank. It's by law. Right, pimpy article, quote, Iraqi dinar retreats on 14 bank sanctions, unquote. Pimpy says most of the news is pertaining around the exchange rate. We know there's a problem. I spoke about this before. I was a little concerned about what would happen between Iraq and the United States once Iraq and Iran made their little deal to circumvent the U.S. sanctions. We're starting to see what is happening. These sanctions on these banks are starting to affect the exchange rate. All right, Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report. Firefly, the CBI is saying the banks are to refrain from using the American dollar, but they use the dinar and they use international currencies outside of Iraq other than the dollar. All right, Nader from the Mideast says since December 21, they started to build the country. They started to fix their economy. They started to fix the private sector. They started to fix their banking system, international system, the dollar against the dinar himself. He needs a lot of work. I told you before, whoever put the dinar down, that's the person who's going to put the dinar back up. It's not the CBI. It's not the government of Iraq, and it's not the government of the United States. The government of the United States can help, yes. The government of Iraq can help, yes. The CBI can help, yes. The call is the Treasury. The call is on Forex. The call is on all this World Bank and all that stuff. It's not on the CBI. The CBI can only get better, do a better job, get stronger, and more money, more reserves, more goals, more things like this for the dinar to go up, for these people to decide, okay, Iraq has this, the dinar is worth this much. Iraq is doing a lot better, yes. All right, Walking Stick says Iran wants to stop the HCL because Iran can't exploit Iraq's money anymore. Their money grabbing is coming to an end, and they are very angry about this. You would think that with so many being busted left and right, they'd stop stealing, but they are so stubborn. All right, Mark Z via PDK. I have been getting calls and messages all afternoon about Chase Banks, about systems being down, remodelings, closing branches, adding virtual branches, all kinds of craziness. Rumors are flying. It's interesting what's happening at Chase as they prepare for brand new system. The official story is they are simply downsizing banking. More and more people are going electronic. They are automating as much as they can to save on labor. The unofficial story is a number of employees are telling folks they were told to expect a lot of new wealthy customers. We are gearing towards wealth management. All right, Claire article, quote, economic warning of Iraq's return to Chapter 7, unquote. Another quote, economic expert Abd al-Hassan al-Shamari warned on Monday that Iraq would return Chapter 7 and impose sanctions on it due to banking violations of the SWIFT system, stressing the importance of diversifying the sources of the economy and trade exchange with capitalist countries, unquote. All right, and Frank 26 says about 2 weeks ago it was nothing but IMF. Last week it was nothing but the government of Iraq. Now this week it's all about the CBI. The CBI took the microphone and said, get out of our way. Who? Basically themselves. Who's in charge of the monetary reform? CBI. Who's going to receive the new exchange rate? The GOI. Who's doing all this? Alak, the governor of the CBI, and Sadani, the PM of Iraq. They're sitting there saying, get out of our way. Who? Mainly those little things are Iran. It's the parliament in Iraq, which is Iran influenced. All right, and lastly, Mountain Goat says, well, the RV has not yet happened in Iraq, nor has the reinstatement of the dinar. As far as the banks are concerned, there is still the U.S. Treasury OFAC sanctions in place on the Iraqi dinar. This is not just my opinion, but fact. I was told by my CBI contact to expect the new rate on Forex, however, it did not occur as stated. So I inquired on my weekly call to Iraq and asked what happened. I was told it was stopped due to the U.S. Treasury audits of many of the major banks in Iraq.